Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of April 14th. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates, and if this reading doesn't speak to you, go check out your other two signs videos for deeper messages. Yeah. So Cancer, this week we have a stellium in Aries. We've already entered the stellium as of today, with Mercury going into Aries as well as the Sun and Mars. But then on the 17th, we have a new moon in Aries, and this is somewhat the culmination of Aries season to really get any last things out, to launch off new beginnings with no fear into the rest of this astrological year. The very next day, we have Saturn semi-sextile with the North Node. Saturn is really about looking at any karmic patterns, anything that we don't necessarily want to keep falling into. The North Node is about our highest potential. So really, with all of this backing of this Aries energy, how do we break out of these patterns? Yeah. Then we do leave Aries season on the 19th, and the Sun moves into Taurus. So starting to break up this Aries energy, which Venus is already in Taurus, and yeah, ideally we start to get a softer pace. Yeah, that is the energy of this week, and to meet it, I'm going to be using the Botanica Tarot deck. So let's see what we got going on for Cancer. We have the Page of Wands. So Cancer, your focus right now might be more onto your physical, tangible world, be it more your physical body or your finances. And this is about building skills or building up that wealth. And so you might be wanting to get back into your body, maybe go back to a gym, take a class, start cooking a different way, learning to cook different things. But it also could be for your career and maybe a skill set that you're working to better your career. Maybe you're working towards a promotion or a raise. That is the flavor of this week. And you're meeting it from a place of the Ace of Cups, which is, it represents you and the fluidity of water, which is the moon. The moon controls the tides, and you are ruled by the moon. And so you just have to think about your inner tides, Cancer. Where are you over? And it's a cup overflowing. So where are you overflowing with joy? Is it joy? Is it grief that you might be overflowing with from something that you are releasing right now? Because like we talked about with this new moon, you might be pushing through some stronger emotions right now. So Cancer, really, where is your cup overflowing? And it's not about stopping those emotions. They want to flow. So Cancer, just being aware of that flow and where you are flowing towards. Is it towards something that uplifts you? Is it towards releasing something that has hurt you? Where is your cup overflowing right now, Cancer? Because that might be what has been blocking that Page of Wands card of, you know, getting back into your body or working towards some financial goals. Because your next card is the Hanged Man. And so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this is actually a guy upside down. This is actually a guy upside down, and he's got like a little sunburst, which is like the sun is burning my eyeballs right now. But yeah, like he's got a little sunburst halo around him. And this Hanged Man has actually got a whole different perspective, a way of looking at the world around him. So, because yeah, it's a flower, so it's hard to understand when you look at the Hangman card. He's generally hanging by his ankles upside down. So for you, Cancer, really getting a different perspective. If your cup is overflowing like in this first card, get a different perspective. It's like when people are in the middle of an argument and they say they need to go for a walk, they need to go change that perspective. They need to go out and reflect on what is happening in that moment. And so in yoga, it's headstands. There was, during my yoga teacher training, we had this one pranayama teacher, and he went to everybody and he looked at you, asked you your name and where you were from and what you do. And he gave you a piece of perspective that you can use, that you can take and get a yogic way of working through something. Like mine was pranayama, mine was breath work, but there was this guy who, he had just got his doctorate in psychology, and he was told that for one, you're going to go back to school. And he's like, I don't want to go back to school. You're going to go work with politicians, and you're going to need headstands. Headstands are a way to get that different perspective, but easier. They have these inversion table things where if you cannot go upside down, you can hang your head off the edge of a bed. That's what was helpful for me when I had this week of vertigo, which was very interesting. So Cancer, that is a way for you to get out of whatever is blocking this wealth for you, whatever is blocking a way back into your body, a way for you to be more just present in general. And so for you, the outcome is the Hermit reversed. It's the Hermit reversed. And so the Hermit is really also another very wise card generally, where the Hermit, people would go to that wise man on the mountain, that recluse that just had all of these answers. That was him also getting his own perspective, because he was standing on the mountain looking at everything big picture, like a hawk does. It gets this big picture of everything. And so Cancer, the Hermit reversed, is saying that there is, for you, there's a resistance to that hermiting. And Cancer, well, yes, like being around others, and there is a lot of community-based action that people want right now. People are starved for connection because we've got these devices that kind of keep us locked into our own space. But Cancer, being able to listen to your own intuition, to your own thoughts, your own introspection, that is one of your biggest powers. You are ruled by the moon, which is about that intuition, about that being able to go within for your own answers. So Cancer, the resistance that you have to this perspective change, find time for yourself. If you've got roommates and things, if you've got a full house, even I've told people in the past, like, just have a moment where you go to the bathroom and just take a second to collect yourself. But I prefer that perspective change. Go out somewhere, go walk somewhere you've never been, go take a different route to work. Just change the perspective. And if you can do so, do it without headphones. Do it without turning the radio on. Just give yourself a moment of quiet to be present, because that is what's going to help that abundance that you seek right now. Yeah, that is what the Botanical Tarot has for you. But I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to pull one more card from the Rose Oracle deck, because it's my favorite deck. And let's see, you have Lineage of the Rose, moved by the goddess, here for this soul call, gather. And so here we have two aspects of what I just said, where the whole gather card, it is, you know, finding your people that can be supportive for you at this time. But the goddess, you are ruled by the moon. You are the goddess. You are the goddess, Cancer. So really being able to tap into what we said of find time to listen to your own intuition. I told people last week about meditating, and so if that's there for you, Cancer, give yourself even a minute of the day, full silence. if you can do it without distractions, so by doing it at nighttime, it's a lot easier because it's dark, but you can give yourself a focus. So we used to use just a candle flame. Stare at the candle flame, close your eyes, place that candle flame at your third eye. That is an easy way to drop into it. Or like I said with the first set of cards, go out into nature, somewhere you've never been. No distractions, just be present with everything around you so that you get back into your body and you can get back into presence. That is what I have for you this week, Cancer. I hope that helps. I do hope that the perspectives you gain this week do help you through this new moon into Taurus season, and I'll see you next time. Bye.